Good morning. Good morning, Internet land. Welcome to Tuesday. We're just going to give Instagram a moment to catch up. And as soon as it does, we will go live with DIY Wellness, episode number 65 The Art of Returning to Peace in a World on Fire. In a world at war is what the topic is, but I also think it's a world on fire. Anyway, okay, Instagram is caught up here. All right, beautiful. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DIY Wellness. I'm your host, Brian Hogan, life coach, filmmaker, clinical therapist, and founder of the S.H.I.F.T model. And today, what I want to talk to you guys about is the art of returning to peace in a world at war. Because there's a lot of war, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of crazy things happening. I try not to tune into and stay too focused on the news or the official narrative, as I like to call it. But when I do get the glimpses that I do get, things seem to be getting doomier and gloomier each and every day out there. However, I'm a firm believer that we are living through a massive species-wide transformation of human consciousness that has been foretold for centuries and is well underway on the planet. And if you're here watching this, then you are very likely called to be a part of it too. And the reason that this topic is important to me, the art of returning to peace in a world at war, is because returning to peace is the quickest, surest, most valuable way that we can help the world that's at war. By creating peace within ourselves, we add peace to the world. By remaining outside peace, we are disconnected from it. And so sometimes being peaceful, trying to be peaceful, trying to return to peace, trying to do some kind of exercise or spend some time to get to a place of our own individual peace can feel almost inappropriate, almost like a luxury, almost like, um, who are we? How dare we do this? Who are we to carve out time for ourselves, to decide to choose peace, to regulate our nervous system, and to allow peace in when so much is happening that's wrong, when so many people are suffering and there's so much war-torn awfulness out there? And that makes sense. It makes sense that parts of us feel that way. It really does. And what I want to say to that, though, is that if we keep peace at bay because some cultural reason tells us misery loves company or we've got to join in the struggle, then we're just not allowing ourselves to become the energy and to bring that energy that we're becoming into the world. You cannot solve war through war. You have to bring the opposite consciousness to bear. Albert Einstein once said that we're not going to be able to solve the problems of the world through the consciousness that created them, but we're going to need to solve it through the opposite consciousness. And that's what I'm talking about here. The consciousness that created the world's problems is also the consciousness of war, the consciousness of greed, the consciousness of suffering. I'm not saying become unconscious of those things. I'm saying in your consciousness, choose to become more conscious of your peace, of your peaceful nature. And then in so doing, you're adding peace to the world. We are inherently part of the world. We can't save the world by exhausting ourselves to death. We can only save the world by changing this little individual internal energy field and then seeing how that energy field fractals and ripples outward. And in so doing, we will come up with inspired action, committed action, but those actions are going to be more aligned if we're living at our home address, which is peace. So for those of you listening to this who feel like being at peace or looking for peace or finding peace or even spending any time devoting to creating peacefulness in yourself is a bit tone deaf or a bit extra in a world that's so doomy right now, I want you to know that that makes sense. And if there's also parts of you longing for peace, wishing it were different, hoping for peace, even in a world that feels completely not peaceful, that's normal too. So you can really have this conflict between the parts that think peace is tone deaf, a luxury we can't afford, and frankly inappropriate right now, and the parts that long for peace, that know peace is what's needed, that know peace is the way forward, but don't know how to get it anymore, don't know how to access it, and frankly aren't sure if that would do much good because of these other parts that feel like it's inappropriate. So what I'd like to do is I want us to be able to connect with this struggle. So if you followed my work, then you know that my work isn't just cognitive. I'll talk about something, but then what I'd like to do is bring us into a felt experience. So we're going to take a few moments here in about a minute or two, and we're going to do a shift practice. Shift stands for somatic, holistic, internal family transcendence. It's a blend of nervous system regulation and IFS or parts work, and it's a way of helping us shift into a felt experience of what it means to return to peace and what it means to connect with the parts that think peace might be inappropriate, that we accept all, that we can have self-acceptance for all. So what I want you to know is that shift practices are repeat after me and eyes open practices. So there's nothing for you to remember and there's nothing for you to keep track of. That said, if you know tapping well and you want to close your eyes, you can't get this wrong. That's totally fine. And if anything I say doesn't completely ring the chime of truth for you, then don't repeat those words. Instead, say words that do completely ring the chime of truth. Because the formula for healing trauma is truth plus safety plus a compassionate witness. The truth is created by the words that we say. So make sure you're saying words that really ring true for you. Don't just repeat mine. And then the safety is created by the tapping and by the emotional regulation. And the compassionate witness is us here, this container together, where we can connect in a community like this of fellow healers who want to heal, because healing ourselves, we know, is the closest way to heal the world. And we want to nudge that transformation forward. So take a moment now and just begin tapping on the side of your hand if that resonates. And we're going to connect. We're going to ground for a moment, and then we're going to connect to peace. We're going to connect to the parts of us first that think peace might be a luxury we can't afford. So we'll just start there. We're going to do a couple rounds of tapping, and then we'll end with a short visualization so we can really feel the experience of connecting to peace. So even though part of me feels like peace is a luxury I can't afford, I accept that feeling right now. Even though part of me feels like peace might be tone deaf, or it's not fair for me to have it and not others, I accept this emotional complexity right now. Even though part of me feels like peace should be for others, that the world deserves peace, but I'm not sure I do. And is peace really going to help? I accept these questions. Top of the head. Uncomfortable, seeking peace. Eyebrow. Peace. This peaceful feeling. Side of the eye. Peace seems tone deaf. Under the eye. If others can't have peace, why should I? It's not fair. Under the nose. It's not fair for me to have peace. Chin. While others don't have peace. Collarbone. And I connect with this. I connect with these parts that are hesitant to find peace. They make sense to me. Under the arm. I invite you in to be closer to me now. Okay, stop tapping. Place your hands on your heart if that feels aligned, and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose and a longer, slower exhale through pursed lips, like this. Just notice. Notice what the parts that feel like peace is strange or foreign or not appropriate. Notice how they're feeling now. Notice what comes up for you as you connect with these parts. And you can't get this wrong, and just notice how you feel. And if it feels genuine, you can just allow that part to be there, to be with you. And you can say, you make sense to me. You make sense. Anyone who's been through what you've been through would feel this way. And then when you're ready, you can join me on the side of your hand, We're going to connect this time, and we're going to get to know the parts of us that really long for peace. The other side of the equation. We just became acquainted with the parts that feel like peace might be a little tone deaf. And now we're going to connect with the parts that long for peace. Even though part of me longs for peace, I don't know how to find it. And I accept that feeling. Even though part of me feels anxious and overwhelmed and just wants serenity, I accept that this feeling eludes me sometimes. Even though I long for peace and I deserve peace, I don't know how to find peace. And I accept that right now. Top of the head, this peaceful feeling. Eyebrow. There are parts that long for peace. Side of the eye, they feel helpless. Under the eye, overwhelmed. Under the nose, anxious and powerless. Chin. They deserve peace. Collarbone. My parts that long for peace make sense. I see you. You make sense to me. Anyone who's been through what you've been through would feel this way. Underarm, and I invite you in. I invite you in to be with me and to be with the parts that feel like peace is inappropriate. Okay, stop tapping. Go ahead and place your hands on your heart again and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale through pursed lips like this. And just notice what's coming up for you. How are you feeling toward these parts that long for peace? And how are you feeling toward the parts that struggle with peace, thinking that it might be inappropriate or not fair? Just notice. Notice if you can bring a little bit of compassion to these parts for the struggle they go through. And just allow them to feel that compassion from you if they can take it in. We'll just do one last round of tapping here. Just to notice as you tap on the side of your hand that you are there, and the parts that are afraid of peace or feel like peace might be inappropriate, they're there. And the parts that long for peace, that know they need peace, they're there too. So just picture them all with you in your mind's eye, and there you are, the inner wizard at the center of all of this. And you can look out at these parts that want peace and these parts that shun peace. And you can say, yeah, I see you. I see what you're up against. I accept the complexity of all of you. You don't have to do anything in particular. You can't get this wrong. And just know that I am here for you. I have you, even while you seek peace. And just see if they can take that in from you. And when you're ready, you can just stop tapping there, place your hands on your heart, and notice how your parts are responding to you putting your attention on them like this. Just notice. And let them be however they are in your system. And take a moment here and send them a little gratitude, whatever amount of gratitude feels genuine, for being so willing to connect with you like this today. And then allow them to tuck away safely in your system wherever they need to. And we'll just do one quick round here to say thank you for all my parts for sharing. Thank you for showing up. We made a little progress today, and I'm grateful for the progress we made towards understanding our relationship to peace. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. You can stop tapping there. And so, if this resonated for you, feel free to share this episode with somebody who might benefit from the message, or share in the comments as you're going through this, and I will comment in there and help you get unstuck. Because remember that DIY wellness means to do it yourself, but that does not mean you have to do it all by yourself. I will be back again next Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep taking personal growth into your own hands. Much love, everybody. I trust you, humanity. Bye.